Hello and welcome to Shining a Light on Reiki. This is Janay and I have Debbie Collins here with me. Do you
Hello,
want to say hi?
everyone.
There she
Hello,
is.
hello, hello, hello.
And this is episode 10. And gosh, we have had quite a talk today. I think I have 8 sticky notes over here. I don't know
Yes,
how
I have a
many.
whole page of things, and we're all over the place, people. That's what's going to happen today. We're all over the place. So we
Yes,
need
we're
to
all
get
over.
back into grounded state first, probably.
Yes, because I grabbed my frankincense and Debbie had her
Yep.
spray. What was your spray that you were spraying?
Oh, I call it a blessing spray. It's just got the rose and frankincense and crystals and.
I have that one. You gave that one to me.
Oh,
One,
nice.
yeah, you did when you came to visit.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I love that. And so we did want to start with some grounding. I had to take my shoes off to ground because, Debbie and I were talking, and we were talking really about how much good there is in the world, and that human nature, people are good. People are going to come to your side. They're going to aid and help you along the way. And but people are also our teachers, and they teach through our uncomfortable moments. They can show up as disruptors in our life. They could also even just be a mirror to us, right? So sometimes we think, oh my gosh, and
Right.
it really is a mirror to us. And those are those blocks that can get in the way of ourselves. So let's get grounded. Let's just take a breath or 2 or 3.
I'm thinking 3.
Yeah, we're going to take some breaths here and really come into ourself, feel that grounded state. We are going to return to sender the energies that do not serve us. And last week, none of you heard this because it was after the podcast, but Debbie really talked about clearing all of who we are. Clearing, and maybe you want to speak on that, because I call it clearing the pieces of me, but you call
Yeah.
it something different.
I don't have, did I have a word for it, or I just kind of said what it was? I clear everywhere and everyone I am,
Yeah.
and take that for whatever it is. If you believe in past lives, great. If you don't, have you been more than one person in this lifetime? We've been
Yeah.
different emotions, and so all of those emotions would be different, different pieces of us. So I clear everywhere and everyone I am across time and space with love and forgiveness. I'll throw
Yeah.
an amen in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've actually been doing that this whole week. Every day is just clearing all of those pieces of me, because
Mhm.
that really hit into my soul, because I thought, wow, how many pieces of there are me? And really, you could get 3D about it and very physical and just say, oh, I'm rubbing off my skin cells here. Those are pieces of me. Oh, I lost a hair over there. That's a piece of me.
Yep.
You can get 3D about it. And then you can also really expand and think about, like Debbie said, those past lives, if you believe in that. Where did we originate? How does this world work? We don't really know. And
And what about where we've been in
yeah,
this lifetime? There's specific places that you just never want to go back to because certain things happened, or you didn't like the way you were treated, or whatever. You want to clear all that too. Not that you ever want to, like, a specific town or a specific place. It doesn't really matter what it is, but you have an emotion set there. It's stuck there, right? And they say that energy is never stuck, but in your mind it is. So let's clear all of that too. Let's clear everywhere. Love and forgiveness across the board. So that's everywhere and everyone I am, right? Or I've been, wherever I've been. because that we don't want to carry anything. We want it all we want to be clear.
Yeah. And that's really the point of Reiki, is we're clearing negative energy. So it isn't about using energy. It isn't even really about moving energy. It really is connecting to that channel of divine love and allowing the energy to do what energy does. Like, I can't direct energy. I don't have a magic wand and say, oh, I'm going to move this energy. It's about intention. It's about using Reiki, divine love, to transform. We don't really know what it does.
It clears the pathway.
It clears the pathway. Exactly.
And what that does is up to each person.
Sure. Yeah. And it's based off of intention as well. And how do you want to impact the world, right? That's where we go back to how most people are good, right? Most people are trying to leave a good footprint, a good message, a legacy of some sort.
Right.
Yeah.
Leaving Earth better than when we found it, when we got here, right?
Right.
That is most people.
Right. Because we were talking about the disruptors and how sometimes there are people that are, and maybe they're just out of balance. Maybe they're not grounded. Maybe their energies shift. Like, I'm taking Ayurveda right now, and one of the quotes, and I don't know who said the quote, but it says, like attracts like, and opposites heal each other.
Interesting.
And that was interesting because, yeah, if you're off balance, you can be a disruptor. But if you look at it as, this is a teacher and this is a healer to me, like, how am I going to show up next time when this happens? Maybe I really wasn't present with what was going on and it really caught me by surprise. Maybe my nervous system just kind of went out of whack and I got angry. Maybe there's a block that we're not seeing that was revealed by this disruptor. And those are our teaching moments. You know, we talk about teaching moments all the time, right?
Yes. We're always learning. We're always learning.
We are always learning. And so, you know, I was thinking a lot about the Reiki symbols today. And how their energy as well. You know, they are energy as well. And Debbie was saying that she really doesn't use the symbols that much.
I don't on a daily basis. No, I just feel that the symbols are just within. So if I do a clearing, the symbols are just there. I use, more sacred geometry symbols daily, but I have like the blue cold water jars, or I guess that's what you would call them, the glass bottles, and they have sacred geometry on them. So like the water symbol, and then I have Metatron's cube, and then the flower of life. So each one of those have their own symbol, and then I'll just put my hand on it, send Reiki to it, so that it puts it into the water. You can use sun, you can use moons, if that's interests you. So I use those every day, but I know you use them in your practice. You put symbols, you'll draw them in the air over people and stuff like that. It's not that I just use symbols differently, I guess. But I mean, even little kids in kindergarten draw hearts all the time, right? Little hearts, or they do little spirals. Those are symbols.
Yeah.
So there's so many different ones. And I know we were just talking about dicomio, and you say it. How do you say it?
I say dicomio.
Okay.
Very simple.
I know. And that's one of the master symbols. And there's two different ways that I know of how to draw them. And I draw it my way, and you said you drew it the other. I do
Yeah.
more spiral, and you do more traditional.
Yeah.
But the intention of us both using those are the same. The intention is good. So the symbols are beautiful. There's symbols everywhere in
Oh,
the
yeah.
sky,
Oh, yeah.
right? Orion's belt, all of the different symbols up in the stars. Their symbols are everywhere.
Well, my necklace, it
The
has a heart.
heart,
Yeah. You know,
crosses.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it goes on. Reiki symbols are beautiful. Some people use them that are Reiki, some people don't. Some people feel they are the symbols. Some people feel like they can just say the words and not draw them. I'm more of a drawer, you're more of a drawer.
I
You use
use
them
words too.
more on a daily basis, though, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I use them all the time, and I will say them and draw them too.
Mhm.
Sometimes I will do that. Sometimes when I'm prepping the room, I will draw a big choku ray on the table.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would do that.
You know,
Yeah.
it's very grounding. The
Yep.
power is fun, and
There's the room.
yeah, yeah, and so wow, a sacred pause here.
Totally. We both are staring at each other like, what just happened?
Pause here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Interesting.
There have been a lot of shifts that have been happening.
A
And
lot. Yeah.
a lot of shifts. I have felt a lot of shifts as well. And so I think today I really want to just bring a call to action to use your Reiki. And if you don't really know what the symbols are, do your research. If you don't care what they are, that's okay. But show up intentionally. Show up with an intention to offer goodness and impact people in a good way with whatever it is, however it is that you use your Reiki, even if you're using it just on yourself and you're just, placing your hands on yourself and taking those breaths to ground. That's an intention. That is you showing up present with something good in mind.
Definitely. And you might, I know both of us do, draw our own symbols that we've been given.
Yeah, that's true.
And really just a few deep breaths, ground yourself, and have a pencil or pen and a blank piece of paper. And if there's a specific situation that you're working through, ask what symbol to use and draw it. And don't question it.
Right.
Don't think you're crazy. We've drawn beautiful symbols that neither one of us have ever seen before. I'm pretty stick figure-ish kind of symbols. I don't get elaborate.
Mine are pretty round.
Yours are pretty cool. Mine are more like, crosses and spirals and. Yeah.
I do have one that is divine feminine, divine masculine. And so that one is an interesting one. That one has a lot of anatomy to it and very, very specific. So that's a pretty interesting one too. And so, the other thing that we brought up today earlier was being comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because when there are disruptions that are happening, and that could be energetically, it could be confrontation, it can be uncertainty, it could be, a number of different things. But learning to say, okay, here I am. And also remembering to use your Reiki in those instances. remembering before you get to certain places where you know that there's going to be uncertainty is to send the Reiki there and have
Yes.
it be waiting for you, right?
Whatever symbols you choose.
Yeah. And just like not everybody uses Zoom as far as setting up reoccurring meetings, but with Zoom, you can set up reoccurring meetings. So you could literally set, every week for the whole year, you could set that up. Well, why not do that with your Reiki with, everybody goes to work every day, right? So have that reoccurring ritual or ceremony of sending the Reiki to the wherever it is that you're going to go. And then
clear the pathway.
Yeah. Clear the pathway for sure. For sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit too, when we were talking about symbol, I was saying that your labyrinth is a symbol.
Yeah. It is. It's a circle. And some see it as a spiral. And it, to me, it's like, to me, it's almost like the ocean. It's an ebb and flow.
It is. I agree with that.
You're going one direction and then it turns you around, and then you're going another direction and then it turns you around. So there's this ebb and flow. And it's also, you're walking in and then you're walking out. And I like to, when I walk in, I like to, this was told to me by one of my clients. And she said that, when you walk in a labyrinth, you're leaving what no longer serves you. And so you're clearing the pieces, you're clearing away. And a labyrinth it's not a maze. There's no dead ends. It's a clear pathway.
It is definitely a pathway. Yes.
Yeah. Pathway. And so on the way out, you can pick up whatever it is that the signs, the little blessings. I wrote a blog, I think yesterday, about that. Yeah, about the messages. I do have a website, janaysessentials.com. Just going to throw that out there. And so I do have several blogs that I've written. And I was in my labyrinth yesterday, walking the path, and I pull weeds, I'm pulling weeds. And I pulled this really big weed out. I mean, I was like pulling on it because it didn't want to come out, but it all came out in one piece. And and I didn't
got the root.
I did. And I didn't realize at the time. Yeah. I didn't realize it at the time until I got into the middle and there was a feather in there. And that's what I said, oh, the angels are here.
Oh, nice.
And so I put the feather on the pillar because there's a stone.
Middle?
Yeah, in the middle. So I put that on there. And then I walked back out because I was like, oh, that weed, that something big was pulled out. And so I went back and I tended to the soil because it left a big hole, so I was like patting it down. And then I started working on other areas of my yard, pulling some more weeds and doing some watering. And I found some morning glories. And so the morning glories just reminded me that, we can start fresh every day. And so even if we have these disruptors in our life or these disruptions, because they can be both, just remembering that, Reiki isn't something to be feared. It is divine love. And so it can actually grow us, it can grow us, and it gives us purpose. And it's really a beautiful thing.
It is. It's us being in our true power that we were born with.
Right. And I think that a lot of people forget that, and they really go to the woo-woo side or a dark piece.
That's perfect. They do go to the woo-woo side.
They do.
You were born with the power.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
And so
just remembering who you are and why you're here.
And that's really what it is. And that's why we're here, is to, shine this light on real life, things that just happen in real life. And we're all people, and not everybody's playing the same game.
Right. Right.
And so.
Well, we can send love and forgiveness to all our disruptors. That would be good. So just if you're attuned to Reiki, you can just make sure it's full power, that you're grounded and the intention's there. If you're not, you're just listening to us. We have our Reiki going, but you have divine energy flowing through you. So you can just say you want your full power restored to you, and deep breaths will get it going.
Yeah.
And just send love and forgiveness to the disruptors in your life. Look at them as teachers. Some of them are teaching us what we don't want, so we know. Some of us are mirrors. We need to look. It's always about learning for ourselves. So it's not that the disruptors need to change, although we know that we can send love there. It's really what does this need? What do I need to learn here?
That's exactly.
I need to learn.
Yeah. Every time.
Yeah, every time. Exactly. Every time.
Yeah, you point at your disruptor, right? Them, but
right.
there's the three fingers that are pointing back at you.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
It's like,
it's like, it's me again. Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting, different perspective. Not that, there are some disruptors that, we're talking just things that more emotional and
the high school drama.
dun dun dun. Yeah. Let's just call it what it is. Yeah, that's still happening in our 50s.
That's right. And I do believe that if you are interested in any sort of healing arts, whether it is Reiki or prayer, or there's a lot of different healing arts, even if it is self-care or nutrition, whatever it is, that you are on the path. You're on the path, and that you do want good. It's good energy is what it is.
Absolutely. Amen. Amen, amen, amen. Well, I'll tell you, I actually, from the time we came on, even before we started, feel much more grounded and calm. And I know things will just show up. Oh, look, dun, 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 telling us that it's a wrap.
Our time is up. Well, I want to say, thank you. Thank you to Debbie, because, she's a sounding board for me, and hopefully I'm a sounding board for her as well. And our real life experiences, we get together, we talk about those things, and it's how we create ceremony, and how we create clearings and different things like that. So I want to say thank you to you, Debbie, for being a sounding board. And also thank you to all of you that are listening. I hope that if you haven't done Reiki, that you do your research and find the people that work with, for you and who you are. And if you have done Reiki, do a little more research, dig into maybe those symbols, maybe you haven't looked at them in a while. Maybe you haven't seen them ever. I don't know. Whatever it is. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to sign off.
Good. And thank you.
Say goodbye.
You
Yes.
are just a gift. You're awesome.
Oh, well, thank you.
If we were on bow.
If we were what?
Well, we're on video.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
not on.
True. That's true. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Yep. Bye.